Hi everyone, it's time for Lounge Talk again. We're on our lounges, we've got water behind us,
Beautiful.
I've got a beautiful woman,
I got a handsome man on our friend's lounge. I'm Kathy.
and I'm Greg. Welcome to our Lounge Talk. And what we wanted to do was, well, first off, we've been talking about a really silly thing. We've been married for 7 years,
All these years.
and it still happens that I can still manage to sneak up on my wife unexpectedly.
I've been single. I was single for 48 years. So I was on my own mostly living since I was 21. And so I'm not used to someone else being in the house. So even still, Greg will come up beside me or behind me. And we live in a caravan, so you'd think I'd hear him. And I'll absolutely jump every time because I'm not expecting someone. You'd think by now I would know.
So I've tried everything. I've tried the Tic Tacs in the pocket, you know, the little chinka 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 as you walk, and it's got to the stage now where every time I come near the caravan, I'll call out so that I don't scare my love.
It's so funny. We thought today in Lounge Talk that we'd actually just read one chapter. Our chapters, thankfully, they're really short, and I love that because I can get to chapter 60 so quick. I think, wow, I'm a good reader. Not a great reader, but I really love that. So we thought today we'd just give you a taste of what Poetically Together is about and how we get what the loneliness is like. We get the depression. We get the pain and sorrow. So we just want you to know that the chapter I'm reading does seem a bit heavy, a bit dark, but there's hope.
Yeah, it took us. We used to tell everyone that we're 25. We're probably not 25. You might have doubts about that. I think I have doubts about that.
But there's hope.
Yes, it's for 30 years we waited, but there is
Yeah.
hope,
Yeah.
and I think the book helps foreground that as well.
So the book isn't all heavy, dark stuff, but it's very transparent, it's very real, and it's very where we've been, and many of you probably out there in your own situation have been. So this week, I'm going to read one of my chapters,
Uh-huh.
and next week,
I'll read one of mine.
so sit back with your coffee in your lounge chair, and
Or if you haven't got a coffee yet, just hit pause and go and grab one.
that's it. And let me read chapter 3 of Poetically Together, Kathy's Big Birthday. Sorry, a helicopter going past. Kathy smiled, but inside her, the rain sobbed. 40 years old, surrounded by festivities because she was 40. And yet, the rain blattered against her. It rained down her. It hit the ground and splashed up sorrow and grief and anger and not wanting to admit. But it was no use. Storm clouds and floods and rage and helpless longing. Life fleeing away from me. Too quick the years fall. And as her friends took her on an excited tour of their land, as they laughed and kidded and pulled each other's legs until merriment bubbled up, her soul rained its tears. I said once that if I was 40 alone, I would die. I would hold my soul and mouth tight till life faded from me, till I become emptiness, not this ready seed, till I become a dried out thing picked up and carried away by the unfeeling, gusty wind. Alone. And she and they amazed at the bear that lurched across the way of their car, and they took photos and cheered and scared a little. And then it was on to the next thing, the beautiful sky, blue lake that kissed the sky in the distance, kissed it with such feeling and love that they became alike. Same colour, same calmness, same in spirit, in soul, and in love. I've honestly tried, she thought. I've lived pure, I've lived caring, I've lived smiling and helping others as they sob. Now, who is there for me? who is here for me. And in her soul, she looked around. No one, she thought. No one. And inside, the floods overwhelmed all defences.
Wow. So, to those of you who've been alone for a while, we can't really understand what it's like for you, but you know what it was like for us, and yeah.
But be encouraged, because yes, at 40, I had always said that by the age of 40, if I was still single, I would not be here any longer. And yet I'm so grateful that I didn't act on that decision, because I would have missed out on the most incredible life. The last 7 years have been the best 7 years of my whole entire life, and I could have missed out on that. So let us offer you hope. Don't give up, because you don't know what's there. We get how painful it is, the waiting. It's painful, but it's worth it. And there's some fantastic, great stories in our book as well. So love you to grab a copy of the book as well, and see that we get it. We hear you, and it's not hopeless. There is hope.
So much hope.
How can they contact us and be in contact with us?
Look, we'd love to hear your story. We'd love to hear how you're feeling and just where you're at the moment. And so if you head to our website, which is Greg Kathy Weller, no full stops there, but then .com. So Greg Kathy Weller.
Kathy with a K.
Yes, with a K. And Weller is Weller. So.
And there's a contact form. Fill it out. Give us some feedback. We'd love to hear those who've gotten the book. We would truly love to hear the feedback, how it's made a difference for you. Or we just love to hear your heart and how we can encourage and lift you up.
Yeah, if you need to offload, let us know.
Have an awesome week, and can't wait till next week. Greg gets to read a chapter.
I get to, come back next week.
See you later. Bye.